Leadership is contagious. So is negativity. Every leader has moments when frustration, pressure, and disappointment threaten to take over. The question isn't whether difficult days will come. The question is, what kind of atmosphere will you create when they do? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Be the Thermostat, Not the Thermometer, Thermostat Tuesday Talk. I'm Dr. Tron Young. Every room has a temperature. Every team has a culture. Every family has a climate. And whether you realize it or not, our attitude is constantly adjusting the temperature. Today's reminder, your attitude doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone who walks into your room, into your office, into your class, into your building. Have you ever noticed how one person can change the entire mood of a meeting? One negative comment, one eye roll, one sarcastic response, and suddenly everyone feels it. But have you also noticed what happens when someone walks in smiling, encouraging, hopeful, believing? That spreads too. That's because attitudes are contagious. The question is yours worth catching? Thermometer leaders allow the environment to determine their mood. Thermostat leaders determine the mood they will bring into the environment. That doesn't mean fake happiness. It means intentional leadership. Because leadership isn't pretending problems don't exist. Leadership is refusing to let problems become the loudest voice in the room. I won't lie. There have been mornings when I walked into school carrying things nobody else knew about. Leadership decisions, personal struggles, unexpected challenges, and I had a choice. I could carry that frustration into every hallway, or I could remind myself my students didn't create my burden. My teachers didn't create my burden. My family didn't create my burden. They deserve my best, not my leftovers. That doesn't mean leaders ignore hard days. It means we don't make everyone else live inside them. A thermostat principle I want you to understand is one of the greatest gifts you can have and that you can give people is emotional consistency. People feel safe around leaders whose emotions aren't constantly changing with circumstances. They know what they're going to get: hope, calm, belief, direction. That's what thermostat leaders provide. A thermostat truth for today: your attitude becomes someone else's environment. So take a moment and pause and ask yourself, what atmosphere do I constantly create? Is my attitude helping people grow or making them survive? When pressure rises, do I become reactive or intentional? And finally, do people describe me as emotionally steady? So for the next 7 days, before you walk into your building, pause at the front door. Before you walk into your class, take a deep breath and ask yourself one question: what temperature am I about to bring into this building? Then choose it before anyone else does. Because your attitude is always leading, even when you're not speaking. See, hope is contagious, but so is discouragement. Choose wisely. Thermostat leaders don't wait for better days. They create better moments. Every hallway deserves a leader who carries hope. People remember how leadership felt long before they remember what you said. So consistency builds that trust, and emotional steadiness builds culture. The atmosphere follows the attitude of the leader, so don't let temporary frustrations become permanent culture. Your mood may be personal, but your leadership never ends. The temperature you bring today becomes tomorrow's culture. So when I'm doing leadership coaching, I often tell leaders this: imagine you're carrying a bucket of water. Every conversation you have, a little bit spills. If your bucket is full of frustration, frustration spills. If your bucket is full of gratitude, Gratitude spills. If your bucket is full of belief spills. You can't pour out what you don't carry. So before you're trying to change everyone else's atmosphere, check yourself and check what's inside your own bucket. So this week's thermostat tune-up, before we leave, it's time to check the temperature. Ask yourself, what atmosphere did people experience because of me today? Not because of the meeting, not because of the schedule, because of me. And once you reflect, it's time to make those tune-up adjustments. In the morning, before you're opening email, before you're checking your calendar, before reacting to the day, choose one word that will define your leadership. Something like become, hope, joy, belief, courage, and grace. Then intentionally lead from that word. Because the thermostat truth that you'll soon start believing is because your attitude is the thermostat your team feels every day. And ladies and gentlemen, that thermostat impacts everyone. So your challenge, find one person who looks discouraged. Don't fix their problem. Raise their temperature. Speak belief into them. Encourage them. Remind them why they matter. Sometimes leadership isn't solving someone's challenge. Sometimes it's simply helping them remember they can. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we're closing, listen and remember. Thermometers tell you what the temperature is. Thermostats decide what the temperature will become. Wherever you lead, whatever room you enter, whatever challenge you face, be the thermostat and not the thermometer. I'm Dr. Tron Young. The temperature is now set. Be the thermostat and not the thermometer.